that.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to TVI. Carl Donnelly here.
Julian Deane. Hi.
Guest. Is it your first time on it?
I think so.
Sean
Maybe,
Mcloughlin,
yeah.
everyone.
Pleasure.
First time, finally replied to an email. I didn't reply to an email. I said hello. Who emails?
Did you email him?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
We just messaged. Proving, once again, our booking policy is based on who we've seen in the last few days.
Yeah, that's right.
We went to a... I haven't got my headphones on. We went to a barbecue together
That makes you feel special.
on
doesn't it?
Saturday.
But we have been wanting to get you on for ages.
Yeah. You got a bone to pick? Is that it?
Yeah. we just
Yeah,
wanna
a
ask
fucking
you-
bone.
I want to ask you about some of your behaviour. We had
Like one of your tweets.
we went to a barbecue together on Saturday, and I wanted to drink so much. Do you know when you do that thing where, like, when you go to a barbecue and then you've got a gig in the evening, and suddenly it just dawns on you that I wish I had a proper job.
It was the perfect day for it as
It
well.
was lovely.
Like, there were good people around. There was like a massive... It was like a paddling pool full of
Oh.
ice cold beer.
Good beers.
It's like a
It was
frick-
IPAs.
The kids playing in it.
Yeah. I mean, my Twyla did have a little. She kept
Couple of
leaning on
bevies.
it, and water would come out. But yeah, after 2 beers, I was
Get
like,
out
I'd
the beer
love
pool.
anything other than doing shows right now.
It did feel a bit like a Sum 41 video was about to kick off. If you took the kids away, it was just like young, cool people in a garden. Like,
I don't know if
loved
we
it.
can say we were young.
Why
cool.
weren't I invited to the party?
Because, mate, we don't have to spend
It's
it
over 18.
It's under 50s.
We cut that out.
Can we address your dodgy throat? You sound really husky.
Yeah.
Well, you thought you
Very
had
sultry,
COVID. You
actually.
thought you had COVID last week. You did a test. You haven't got COVID.
I haven't got COVID, no. I don't know what I had. I think it was an emotional breakdown, I believe it's called.
A psychotic episode.
Yeah. But now I've just got a husky voice forever.
Is that part of it, you think? Is that the emotional breakdown?
Yeah, it's just now I'm just a different person. Got a different accent.
you got so sad that you just went. Have you ever seen them with them?
I died and got reborn.
Have you ever seen interviews with people where they had that thing where they just wake up with a different accent? Like,
Yeah, I've never really.
I don't believe
believed
it.
Yeah.
No, but I saw an interview with a woman who woke up French, and it's one of the funniest things. I don't know. I mean,
She stank.
have we got the ability to find that on YouTube, Lucas? Well, if you can, give us the thumbs up, because it is. What did you say? I missed it. Was it rude?
It's
Can't
fucking
remember.
studs up straight away.
On the French or on you?
On the French.
Oh, on the French. Yeah, I mean, they can. You're allowed to dig out the French.
That's what I think.
They can take it. They can take
They're lovely people.
Racially, you know, you can get away with it.
it. In what way?
Well,
They're,
I mean,
because they're honkies.
yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
white bread, is it?
It's xenophobia more than racism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
all
fuck
good.
them, man.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck their strikes.
Suck
fuck the
man's
Renault
dick.
Clio.
Them frogs can suck man's dick.
Your voice is making me laugh, man.
I've got it up if you want it.
Shall we have a listen?
All right,
this
mate.
this
Now's
is
not
the,
the... Oh, sorry, the
This
video.
is the. Is this the woman who woke up French?
I've got it up if you want it. That sounds like my DMs.
Well, it really happened to a British woman who says she's only been to France twice. CBS's Charlie Daggett has her very unlikely story.
Oh, come on, let's see what it's
Kay
saying.
Russell will never forget the night she went to bed with a severe migraine and woke up with what she thinks is a French accent.
And this is how I have spoken ever since.
I think she woke up a liar.
Tay.
Say that?
Tay.
Tay. You can't
Tay.
say K.
No.
Last January, Dr.
She can't
Wow.
say K. Is that what she's saying?
No, she goes,
Accent
"Gay."
syndrome, an extremely
Gay.
rare
Maybe she was
condition
French
that
when
can
she went
happen
to
after a
bed.
brain injury or a stroke.
They might not say water and where
Boris,
and
this
what
madness.
anymore. They say water and where and what.
There are thought to be only 60 cases in the
Alright,
world.
bin it. Let's finish
Neurologists
this
think
up.
But
Is she-
just liar off.
Sometimes you hear people when they, maybe it's an urban legend when they woke up and they could speak Chinese or something.
That's- yeah,
There's
some-
no
Or they
universe
banged their
that's
head
true.
or something and could speak, Mandarin or something.
Yeah.
How's that? It can't be true.
It's like, have you ever seen the episode of? Do you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Did we
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about this?
yeah.
Yeah. So
I have done, yeah.
there's an episode where Charlie
Great sitcom.
Charlie takes a nootropic drug as a part of a trial. It makes him and they basically turns him into the cleverest man on earth.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's all bullshit.
Flowers for Charlie, innit?
I can't remember.
It's
Yeah.
based on there's a novel.
Right.
Sorry to be a wanker, but it's actually based on a novel. That episode of.
But yeah, and it turns out it's all nonsense. So when throughout he speaks Mandarin, and at the end it transpires he's not speaking Mandarin. He's literally speaking gibberish. But yeah, it's very funny. But yeah, that is so that's what you've done. You've woken up with a new voice.
Yeah.
You've woken up and you sound like you're the new landlord of the Queen Vic.
Rick, eh?
Have you been taking anything for it? Have you been gargling with salt?
I haven't. No, it doesn't feel sore. It just feels like a sweet husk. Yeah, baby.
Do you prefer it? Do you like how it
it's a bit of a strain to get out, and sometimes my work, nothing. There's no sound. But I don't mind it. Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it suits you.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
I think it's
Thanks,
nice. Yeah. I don't know how will it affect your stand-up. Have you done any gigs with it?
No.
When's your next gig? Have
Friday.
you given up comedy? You knew me.
Become a milkman. Friday in Guildford, G
Okay,
Live, and then
okay.
Saturday.
Gee, I've not done that gig in
Top
fucking
secret.
years.
Nor have I actually.
There you go. They love a husky voice at G Live. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Guildford, yeah, they can't get enough of that
That's
shit.
why they booked me.
Well, let us know how it felt on stage. Might change your whole style.
I did a gig once at the Drill Hall in Lincoln. I swear to God, I had no voice. I'm not exaggerating. I had no voice.
So what?
So what? How did you do it?
I got up. I was panicking the whole time, and Sean Almy was just going, "You'll be all right. You'll be all right." I had no idea what was going to happen, and I just fucking had to scream.
Oh my God.
It's a massive room, isn't it? About
Yeah, it is.
400 or 500 people, right?
Yeah.
It was like every seat was at the back, you know, when it's
Oh.
full up. And I had to fucking scream.
Oh my God.
And I could just about, like, a little something was trying to come out.
That is
It was so brutal.
embarrassing.
That's fine though. At least you got that experience. If it all goes, is it getting worse? Your voice?
I hope not. I don't know.
All right.
Oh,
It's a good point.
We'll monitor it.
Yeah.
Just have to start fading you out and bringing in a new partner. This episode is the audition. We're open auditions. Yeah, we always joke it's the penultimate episode. Every episode's a penultimate episode.
Yeah.
But this might actually be the penultimate.
I never really knew what that meant, like second to last.
Yeah.
Why?
But you never know when you're going to do your penultimate, so it's good to just.
Every day is your penultimate day,
Yeah. Wow.
guys.
It's good to have that locked.
Read
and
that in
loaded.
one of your books, mate.
I feel like such an idiot. When I said that book thing, I was leading somewhere.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we got cut off, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" I just sound like I felt like a proper
Just
twat.
dropped a book in. That's
Yeah.
all right.
Oh yeah.
You're
You know,
allowed-
it's based on a book actually.
You're allowed to name check a book.
Yeah.
I recommended a book on our TVI WhatsApp group.
Stoicism.
It is a bit of a cheat, and it's called The Little Book of Stoicism, but it's a good intro to Stoicism.
Okay. Are you into Stoicism?
I am a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a good one for when things are a bit tricky.
Okay.
You know, in terms of philosophies and stuff, it's very accessible. It's very matter of fact. So if you want just like, right, I need a little bit of advice here.
Yeah.
And it's quite a good one to go in and just get a couple of like, oh yeah, that's a nice way of thinking
I
about
quite
it.
like a bit of Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah, he's more into the sort of, his would be more close to sort of your Zen and all that sort of stuff.
Goes deep, man.
Yeah.
Does it?
Whereas,
What's his thing then? What's he saying?
well, his
Thing
is
is
about
ego, pain, body, stuff like that. But
yeah, it's about being present. It's all in
Yeah.
sort of being
Yeah.
in the present, where it's
In the
everything.
now.
Nothing matters when you're in the now, essentially.
Mm.
But whereas
Infinite
Stoicism's a bit
now.
more sort of, I don't know, it's a bit more
it's a bit
logical, westernized.
bit more
Yeah.
back straight, chin up.
It is a
Stop
bit.
being a puss. Don't waste your time on little things, all that kind of stuff, innit?
I think the only book,
Marcus Aurelius.
the only like self-help book I ever read was like a Stoic, or like a modern version of. What was it called? It did really well, and it was all right. It was called. Fuck, what's it called?
Mein Kampf.
Yeah, that was it.
Jordan
That was it.
Peterson's 12 Steps for Life.
Yeah, I really like that. No, I've totally forgotten what it was up. But it was basically I read it, and it was all about how all the great figures in history have used Stoicism
Oh yeah.
So them to name
to
check
achieve
me.
their goals.
Yeah.
But one of the chapters was just about how Abraham Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address, and going, I want to use Stoicism to get through it. But it never really explained how he became president. Like, I thought it was a bit of a cop out. the book.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yes.
I wish I could remember it.
I don't know what that is. Sounds
Have a
interesting.
Google,
though.
people.
Get that one recommended. Anyway, speaking of leaders, breaking news.
Julian Deane's here.
Have we got any news yet? Is Boris Johnson still Prime Minister? This was being recorded on Wednesday.
It's going to be old news when
Wednesday,
that goes.
the
This
6th
goes
of
out.
July.
When does this go out?
This will go out
January.
on Patreon on the 8th of July and publicly on the 11th of July. I've got a little burp coming, but it's really fighting.
No news yet.
No news yet.
Update as of an hour ago.
So who's quit thus?
So basically, Boris Johnson, so he has now. He's now there's
Keir
an
Starmer,
exodus.
what's his name? Rishi Sunak's gone.
Rishi went.
Laters.
Imagine
yeah.
if Keir Starmer quit to try and get Boris Johnson.
I can't even be in the same commons as him.
And who else quit? There was another big dog.
The Sajid Javid.
The Queen.
Yeah. Well, then the word was, the guy who became the new chancellor, who was.
He's already asking him to leave.
And apparently, the rumor was he said, "You either make me chancellor or I quit."
Oh.
That was the word. I've reinstalled Twitter on my phone just
He
for the
ended
last
up quitting, did he?
No, he didn't.
No, so he's part of a group now that are pushing Boris to quit.
Yeah.
And he wants to be the chancellor.
He is the chancellor. Boris made him the chancellor last night, and apparently today he's asking Boris to leave, which is cold-blooded.
That's
man.
a Hitler move.
Yeah,
man.
Michael Gove did it.
Put a gun on his desk and just leave him alone with it.
Yeah.
But he's not. I don't know if. I keep thinking he'll go. We talked about this on Saturday. I was like, I think he's gone, but I don't know if he'll ever quit.
I think he will quit today.
I bet he's a stubborn bastard, don't he?
Of course he is. But also, ultimately it becomes you've got to weigh up. Because Boris is obsessed with his legacy, right? That's the whole thing about him. He wanted to be this sort of Churchillian figure. But he's at a point now where he's crossed that, he's never winning it back to being good.
Yeah.
So what he's got to work out is, would it be better for him to stay, with all this going on constantly sort of dragging him down?
Yeah.
For the off chance that he does something that slightly redeems him.
But what can he? I mean, it's all.
But that's what I mean. It's almost impossible. And the flip side is,
give everyone 10 grand.
I mean, that would be. I'd let him stay then.
I mean, Rishi did do that.
If he quits,
yeah.
Basically, if he quits, he could still try and save some face and be like, I accept. I might try and do some fucking bullshit.
What pushed Richie out afterwards?
Well, they've realised that Boris is dragging them all down with him. You know what I mean? His popularity is plummeting.
But why wouldn't they think, let's get Boris out?
Well, that's what that's them quitting is to get Boris out.
And then they're going to come back.
Yeah, they'll be. Basically, it will increase their chances of getting another cabinet post, whoever's leading next, if they sort of help get Boris out.
Get another job in it.
It's so funny, man. I'm finding it. It is hard, I think, having them run the country. Like, I definitely don't like it, but I do want them to squirm a little bit.
Yeah.
Part of me is just like, I really want them to fucking feel it.
But has there ever been a period in like the last 20 years where the government just got about their business and we didn't really think about them doing it, which is what they should do. It should just be a background.
They're always under
thing.
Scrutiny, though, aren't they?
No, because of all the shit they're doing.
I do feel. I guess. I reckon the 2008 crash changed it. I don't know whether that's just because I was older, but I feel like things were just quieter.
Yeah.
And now society is way more.
I suppose.
Like
the
finances
I suppose we
are
just didn't constantly hear about it as well.
Yeah.
We do constantly. We're more aware of all the shit that goes down. It must be rubbish to be a politician now or to be a royal now. Do you remember?
Awful.
People used to be able to get away with. You could just fucking kill someone.
Yeah.
That was why you'd wanted to be them.
Probably can still.
No, now I don't think you could. This is the thing. I reckon now it's much harder. Look, like Prince Andrew being a wrong-un. Like
what's he done now?
50, he's another fallen soldier.
Chin up, brother. Can we have a minute's silence? Died on the front line.
We lost another great man. To the cuck.
A gun.
Wokarati.
Let's get our cocks out and do a gun salute.
But no, what I mean is, I reckon 50 years ago, we wouldn't have had a peep about Prince Andrew if he did what he did.
Well, there was no internet either.
Yeah, I just think it's now, as much as, I'm not saying things are perfect, but people can be held accountable to a certain degree, if not, it's not perfect.
Yeah. Well, what, 50 years ago was what, 72? That's like the year of the pedo. That's what I mean. The dominant, yeah.
That was the year of the pedo.
You weren't born then. It's like the Chinese. What year do you the year of the pedo?
Year of the pedo.
I'm the year of the dragon.
But yeah, I think I do think, as much as there are still horrible shit goes down, I just think if you wanted to be a politician or a member of the royal family, up until about 50 years ago, it was the glory times. Like, you know, from 500 years ago up until 50 years ago, you could do anything. If anyone had any dirt on you, just get them killed.
Yeah.
Be great.
Do you reckon the royals enjoy
Got
it?
into it.
Do you reckon the
Well,
royals...
watching it all.
No, do you reckon they still enjoy it, or do you reckon...
I reckon now
What, their
it's become a
job?
poison chalice.
Do you
I don't think
reckon-
I don't think any of the royals really love being a royal now. I reckon they used to enjoy it much more.
Yeah, do you reckon they look back on like Henry VIII and they're like, oh fuck, I wish I was...
Of course.
I could have
Because of
8
glory days.
wives.
Fucking change the law if anything annoys you. Change the law. Kill
Literally
someone.
Change the religion of every person in the country.
Yeah. It'd be amazing.
He did start a religion, didn't he, Henry VIII?
Well, he's split the church, didn't he?
Yeah.
Into not just Catholicism, then Protestantism.
Fair play, King.
Church of England was set up by. That's how much he loved the puss, mate.
Man, like the little whiskers. My fucking voice, man, it's jarring me.
It is
creepy. It's
does
making it creepy.
It does make
Man,
you
like the whiskers.
sound...
Fuck am I talking about?
Oh man.
You sound like one of those haggard old blokes at like a Weatherspoon.
Oh, I am one.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's me.
Selling DVDs out of a plastic bag.
Exactly.
I saw somebody do a tweet the other day that somebody tried to sell them DVDs out of a bag in a pub like this week.
No way.
Yeah, like who's selling
I'd love that.
DVDs? Yeah, have you got a DVD player?
Well, I've got a PlayStation
Oh, yeah,
4.
yeah.
I don't even know if they'd still play it.
A friend of mine gave me a CD for, what was it for? Just as a present recently. And I had to explain to her I don't have the capabilities to listen
Explain
to
to me
this.
you like
You
better presents.
This is why we don't hang out
My
much.
present bar's higher than that.
I'm afraid this relationship is over.
But yeah, but I actually had to say I've not, and she was like, "What about on your laptop?" I was like, "I don't. Not even my laptop has a CD drive anymore.
What about your car? Does your car have one?
I don't have a car.
You don't have a car?
No, I got rid of my car in my previous divorce,
Oh, right.
and I never went back.
Very sorry to bring it up.
No, it's fine.
Did she have the car?
Yeah.
Does she have a CD player in that car? You can
There
send
was
it
a
to her.
CD
Don't
player
you
in
borrow
that
your
car.
ex's car? Ask if you can sit in it while she does some errands.
Want to listen to the new Razorlight CD?
Is that all
I
right?
know we haven't spoken in 5 years. I've just been given a fucking weird album. But and then I planned to get a new car, and then I wanted to see how long I could go doing stand up without a car as a challenge, because I thought it'd be nice to not have a car, and then it sort of forces your hand a bit to not accept I've got to go to Plymouth on a Wednesday.
Oh,
whatever.
my days.
So so having a car, I
It
think
makes me feel sick even thinking about that.
But I think having a car and doing comedy makes you think, oh, it's not that far. And then when you're driving it, you're like, that is far.
Yeah.
So actually, I just never ever got another one. And I use zip cars around London and things like that if I need one. And
Steal
it'll-
them sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes,
Hot
hang on to
wire.
the back of cars on a skateboard.
Like
get
Michael
around.
J. Fox.
Yeah, I've never ever gone back to getting a car.
Have you got a car, Sean?
I have got a car. Well, I only learned to drive 3 years ago.
How old are you now?
I'm now 34. So I was
late in the day.
I was 30 when I got my lesson, but I never really had the money.
Do you
and
feel confident now, even on like motorways and
Yeah,
stuff?
I love it. I
Do
love
you?
it. And I've got. I mean, you were in my car the other day.
I was in your car.
It's a
the
bit
other
of
day.
a,
You honestly, you were like, oh, it's really dirty, it's really
Yeah.
messy. You were really bigging it up, like we were about to get into like the dirtiest car on earth. And we got in it, and it is cleaner than any comedian's
Oh,
car I've
really?
ever seen.
I don't know why. Because I never really give people lifts, so I always worry.
Oh, have you never got a lift though? Most comedians' cars look like they've fucking found it in a alleyway that's been abandoned by
Yeah,
and
like a
then
homeless
lived in by some homeless people for
Homeless
6
person
months.
procreated in it.
Yeah, it's
Brendan Burns bought it off them.
Oh my god, I've talked about I've talked about Brendan Burns' car on this podcast.
I've heard
before.
stories from multiple people about it.
I got
He's
a
a
lift.
mad driver as well, isn't he?
Worst driver I've ever been in a car with.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone who knows Brendan Burns, very lovely man, funny man,
Great comedian.
mad man. But his driving is exactly how you'd imagine it if you met it when you meet him. Like, you meet someone, you're like, fucking, you're fun and a good laugh, but you shouldn't be behind the wheel of a car.
Yeah.
That is Brendan down to a T. Just drives like fucking.
Yeah.
Brake, like that braking distance you're meant to leave. It's like he just does it in 10% of that. That's all he'll ever leave is that gap that is not. It's not fun as a passenger to be in the car, but God love him.
I'm a decent driver, actually.
You seem like a decent driver.
I'm okay. I've not got any. It's funny, like my wife's definitely a better driver than me. But anytime there's any issues,
Liberties.
Man, you want to fix that one, King.
But anytime there's been any like speeding tickets or
You
stuff
put it in
like
her
that.
name.
I always put it in her name.
When he
And she's
switch seats.
and she's from another country, so I'm always like, you got to do what I tell you.
Yeah.
Off to fucking
Well,
Rwanda.
you're going home.
But I do.
Where's she from?
She's from Canada.
Oh.
I do enjoy the driving, but I know what you mean. Like the novelty of being a comedian who suddenly has a car lasted me a while. And now it's done.
Did you love driving at first?
Yeah.
When you're new to driving, it is
Because
exciting.
Adam Bloom was just loving driving.
Yeah.
When he first had a car.
Well,
He
It was like, I'll pick you up, and I saw the map, and it was like, I'm like so out of the way.
He drove me home. He lived in like Crouch End. We did up the creek together, and I live in West London. And he went, I'll drop you home. And I was like, you out of your fucking mind? That's so out of your way. But he'd just been driving for like 3 months, so he just like wanted to just
Yeah, I loved it because also, I mean, you might be in a different position, but I never could drive when I was starting as a comedian, and so I always felt like there was stuff I was missing, or it was always a bit of a hassle, especially when you're sort of open.
Running up the motorway.
Yeah.
Hitchhiking again.
Jogging round a one way.
Bummed by truck drivers.
And ran a roundabout.
Yeah, fucking getting in that. What's it called? Eddie. What's the?
Eddie
Stobart.
Eddie Stobart.
Yeah. Just finding the best Eddie Stobart drivers. But then I suddenly felt like, oh my God, the circuit's mine.
Yeah.
I could do doubles in the Midlands on a Tuesday.
Oh, the dream.
It's like the grimmest shit that you get
Yeah.
excited.
Oh my
yeah.
God. You could drive out into the stick.
Just drive into a river.
It's
Kill
like, great.
myself.
Now
Or through a farm.
I could do a gig in this fucking basement of a barn in the middle of Runcorn.
I can go to Ashby de la Zouche. I don't know where the fuck that is, man.
Tag a little double on. 57
That's
minutes
what I mean.
away.
It makes you just like, I don't know. I always felt like it made me lazier with my like just see. I can make it happen. I can do it. And actually, now I'm a bit more creative with like, right, this week. If when I look at my diary, it's more like, how can I get as many gigs as near to my house as possible in?
100%.
Which is way more better for my quality of life.
Also, it used to be that trains cost so much compared to petrol, but these days, honestly, the trains are like not that much more.
And then trains have gone up as well. Bloody fuck! I know it's like points of view all of a sudden.
I've got to go to Glasgow next weekend. It's over 250 quid train.
Have you looked at flights?
Yeah, I'm getting a flight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's 350. No,
that is
flight is like under 100 quid.
I mean,
and
this is
better.
the thing. And you know, I try and be environmentally friendly as much as I can.
I don't.
But that is why people are going to fly that, isn't it? Because trains are a piss take.
Yeah.
How can it be 250
250
quid?
no's to sit on a train with a fucking family screaming next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours. Come for the weekend.
Mine wanting child support.
But yeah, I just think it's an absolute piss take.
Would you ever drive that far?
No.
Like as an adventure or something.
I did it when I was new. I remember driving. I got my first ever gigs in Scotland. I did Edinburgh University.
You drove there.
Like Dundee University, Edinburgh University, Paisley University, and then I did Lancaster University.
That smells just like death. Like I can smell the death.
I drove all the way to Edinburgh. I went to Dundee
It's like
on
an
my
8
own.
hour, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I did Dundee, and then every night I just drove to the next gig.
Oh mate. Oh,
and I was excited for the first 3 days, and then I was just like, yeah, I don't want to go home now.
Yeah.
I've done Lancaster and back in the night. I've done my biggest one was South Shields, which is Newcastle. Then the next night I'm in Exeter. But then the next night I'm past Liverpool.
Oh my God.
That to me is like Dunkirk.
It was insane.
Yeah.
I was at war. I'm a hero.
At war with the road.
It was horrific.
That's so long.
What do you listen
I wouldn't
to?
do it. I
What do you
wouldn't do it
listen
now.
to?
I actually said to you, I've listened to this podcast on a few trips, and I've got to say, some of your comments, Julian, have almost caused me to crash the car.
Good to hear.
So
Keep your eyes on the road.
You are lowering your competition base in this industry. I used to listen to podcasts in the day, but then if I'm tired, I listen to like heavy metal.
Okay.
Like that keeps me up.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think I could easily fall asleep to your dulcet tones.
Now you could.
You're welcome.
I think actually with this voice change it wouldn't be a problem because I'd keep thinking there's a fucking murderer in the back of it.
Yeah, it's a hard one. That's sort of what to listen to.
What do you do?
If I do ever have to hire a car for some lengthy drive, I'm quite. I tend to go for quite serious podcasts. I'm not very good at. I only listen to a couple of comedy podcasts. That's the It's Always Sunny podcast.
Yeah.
I listen to What's Upset You Now. I listen to a few, there's a few.
I listen to sports stuff a lot as well.
Okay.
Late night as well. I sometimes listen to like ice hockey games.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm sort of a bit into ice hockey through going to Canada.
Yeah.
See my wife, and they all start at like midnight.
Okay, yeah.
And like the noise of the crowd, I always feel like, oh, this is what I was missing at the gig.
Yes. Yeah. That's what it sounds like when people are having a good time.
All right.
That's what a group of humans sound like together.
Yeah.
They're having a good time.
But it is hard. The novelty's totally gone from that.
Yeah.
Like I did Manchester and back a couple months ago, and it was one of the shittest nights. I was so close to just pulling off and getting like
a noose around your neck.
Yeah.
In Manchester is a deceivingly long drive. Do you know what I mean? I know again it sounds so fucking like a dad, but there's always problems on the M6.
There's always problems.
Never
that
ever
road.
been on the M6 and there's not been a fucking problem.
Fuck them roads.
Fuck
man.
them roads.
Them roads can suck man's dick.
I want to get that on a t-shirt. You should put that on fuck them roads. You've got one sale right here.
Fuck them roads. Add it to your catchphrases.
What do you listen to, Julian? Because you do a lot of... We've had some long drives
Yeah, you
together
do some
in the
mileage,
We went to
mate.
Sheffield and back, didn't we?
We did Sheffield. I think we did Hereford once.
Yeah.
Hereford's a fucking mission.
It don't seem that far.
'Cause it
but
feels
it's
like-
just little. There's no
It's all
motorway.
country
Well, that's it.
roads, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. It's in that little hinterland between England and
Yeah.
Wales.
Yeah. And the gig is fucking shit.
Is it? Yeah.
Well, the gig...
Oh, the Hereford gig.
Yeah.
That's the one
I've
where
heard it's bad, but every time I've done it, it's been all right.
it's very dependent on who's in, because like Hereford's
yeah.
one of them towns where half of the population there are
wild.
posh, sort of arty types, and the other half are feral fucking animals. So
Yeah.
on any given night, that gig can be like playing a fringe audience,
Yeah.
or it's like playing an army barracks.
I've had both types there. That's the thing. I really like it.
Yeah.
I'm not rushing back.
No.
But
It's just too far, man.
It is far.
Yeah. It's but anyway.
I'm so depressed.
Oh god. Do we have any updates on Boris Johnson? Let's check. I'd love it if he went while we're on air. On air is not things. It's not live. No one's listening to it live. I just want to know.
Nothing new. I don't think so.
Nothing new.
There's a live stream.
There's a live stream
of
of
the meeting that's going on.
Boris crying.
Oh, buzzers.
Do you reckon he'd cry? I know that sounds weird, but do you
100%.
Do you think he's actually a sociopath, or do you think he's just an arsehole?
I think he's definitely like
Craig-
I think he's an
narcissistic.
arsehole. I think he's
Craig Willi-
narcissistic.
No, but do
yeah.
you think he has like emotions and feels low and stuff?
I do. I
Because
reckon.
I remember with Trump, I always thought, well, he's so off the grid. He's so
Yeah, he's
off
more.
the planet.
I reckon
don't
Trump
think
is.
Trump would
He's
cry.
not feeling pain.
I think Trump is more mental and deluded. I think
Yeah.
Boris actually does desperately think he's like gonna be this famous. Oh, it's fucking.
Yeah.
He was our best prime minister, and I think this is killing him. I reckon it's eating him alive.
He's basically
that
like
he
me the first 5 years of my comedy career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my first 2 gigs.
I'll never remember that day.
First 2 minutes of every gig.
Then it's only dwindles.
It dawns on you. Oh, shit. Oh god, this is how it is every time.
I'm a cunt.
All the comedians gather around and tell you you've got to go.
Yeah. It's an intervention. What would you do if that happened? If a bunch of comedians that you respected just went, mate, we think you should give up. That would be harsh.
I wouldn't
wouldn't it?
listen to them, though.
I wouldn't listen to them.
Nah, because, I mean, you wouldn't really say that to someone, would you?
I'd say I've got a mandate from the British people to keep doing stand-up.
Do you reckon there should be like a yearly cull of comedians?
Yeah.
I say that, but I'm not sure what side of the divide
I
I
mean-
fall on, to be honest.
What?
I'm not sure what
You
side.
think you get cold?
I think I could get cold.
You're like,
just-
yeah, you're pushing that
Imagine
through.
that. I just say, yeah, no, let's have a cull. I'm like, I'm first on the chopping
Plot
board.
twist, it's you.
I'd walk away. I'd go, all right, I get it. That's my,
I don't even know what form it would take, though. Like, who decides?
Random email.
I think you get. I think you just get
All your diary's clean now.
for
We just cleaned your diary.
for 20 gigs in a row of each year. Every comedian gets marked, but for each gig. So it's a 20 gig stretch. I just pick a random 20 gig stretch of the year.
A guy at the back of the room in like a Mac just
Yeah, like a
braiding.
secret shopper sort of thing.
Yeah.
for
But
the
who is
audience.
this? We'd have to know who that is.
That That would be me. I'm going to be doing the adjudicating. And no, you're right. It's hard, isn't it?
It's not impossible, though. I think if you could dream it, you could do it.
Yeah.
But I suppose you'd have to make a list of how many spots there were in the country and how many comedians we need. Because there's definitely too many comics now.
I think probably a bit, yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. To be honest, there's plenty of work around as well. So.
I mean, there's too many, man.
There is too many comics. Yeah.
I mean, there's 3 in this crate.
I know. 4.
Oh, Lucas
Four.
does comedy as well.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. All right. You're
Well,
gone, Lucas. I'm sorry.
I was including you in that 3, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I just think, maybe. Or, I don't know, what... Just put out to pasture a bit. You're given a little golden handshake, little envelope. Go on, there you go.
Do you get like
it says fuck off.
There's 20 quid.
Do you get a
Fuck
redundancy payment?
I think you should, yeah.
You get like a what? You get 5k or something. 5k and a couple of drinks with that.
A line of coke.
3 drink vouchers you can change for a bottle of wine at the bar, like the old jonglers drunks used to do.
Baby Blue used to do that.
I must have told the story on here. I don't know if we should name or shame. It's not a name and shame.
Shame them, man.
But I heard a story once about comedian Miles Crawford, who used to be sort of, one of the big regular jonglers hosts. He hosted my first ever Battersea jonglers gig. And he used to and if he was sort of after the show, might be chatting to a lady. I heard he used to, he'd take her to the bar and he'd be like, "Can I get a bottle of champagne?" And apparently, like,
His vouchers out.
Well, no, but he'd sort of, he'd know the staff, so they'd know to give him like a low cost champagne, so it didn't cost him too much, but he's still buying a champagne for the lead in.
Miles.
But apparently, a member of bar staff once thought it'd be funny to not play along, and when he did that, gave him the most expensive bottle of champagne, which then forced his hand to have to pay like £100 just to buy a lady a drink.
So good.
That's such a funny thing to do. Like, I've never been in a position where I thought, right, I'm trying to impress this girl, I'll buy her a bottle of champagne.
I know.
Like,
No.
It's never been in my wheelhouse.
No, I haven't actually.
I was once on a date with someone many moons ago. And
just to add that, in case your girlfriend's listening.
4 days ago, I was on this date with this, and we were in like a cocktail place, and she went, "I want you to pick a cocktail for me." And I thought, well, you have no idea how much you've struck out.
Yeah,
I have
Look at the prices.
A gin and tonic. I don't know.
Tap water with an umbrella in it.
What I was like, I don't know anything about cocktails or you.
So, did she give you a list to choose from? You had to just know a cocktail.
No, we were given the cocktail.
Okay.
List. Yeah.
Should have gone in the toilet and just climbed out the window.
Give you a cocktail of lies and excuses. Yeah.
Have you ever ran away? Have you ever ditched a date without
No.
actually just bailed?
Yeah, my wife's in freaking Nando's right now. I've just popped in.
I did once. Got a girl's number in a nightclub when I was really, really drunk. Not to be mean, but I met her outside Burger King at Charing Cross. It was a landmark.
Yeah.
And I looked over and she obviously had like really bad beer goggles on. And but I still, we had a date, yeah.
Yeah.
But I went into it.
Oh, so you went to the date reluctantly, just out of
you're not
sympathy.
You're not going to blow them out.
No.
I mean, that sounded mean the way I said that, or that did it or not.
Well, no.
I don't know. I mean, look,
You're allowed to not fancy something.
Okay, cool.
Guys.
You're taking her to Burger King at Charing Cross.
I didn't eat.
You obviously know how to show her a good time.
I didn't eat her in I didn't eat. I didn't. We didn't eat in Burger King. We went to McD.
I'm trying to think of. I don't think I've ever bailed on because you hear stories now. I've heard stories about people on dates where the person's like, "No, this isn't working." They just leave. So you're just in a pub like.
What, they don't even say goodbye?
I think they just say, "Look,
I mean, it's
this
fucking pie in the face, innit? But I mean, you want to waste your time?
Exactly.
Anyway.
I suppose if it's awkward.
I'd never do that personally, though.
No.
I think I've just remembered. I think actually I was on a
Get
date
a
once.
Finger first.
And she did that to me.
She's pied you off.
She didn't pie me off, but she actually said, I have to go wash my hair at a mate's house.
Oh, that's all lies.
I was like, all right. She went, there's no hot water in my place. I've got to go wash my... I go, all
I should
right.
have said it does look a bit dirty, yeah.
It's a bit clumpy.
It's a bit matted.
You mean that one big dreadlock you got in your head?
It was a big worm.
Yeah, it was pretty humiliating.
One
that.
thick hair.
Like Beavis and Butthead. But yeah, that's rude, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but
She
I
might have
probably
been-
I was
might have been
obviously. I mean, look, as you can tell, the level of my chat is pretty. It's patchy as is, isn't it? So if I'm off form, I'm off.
Where did you
form.
meet these dates? On apps?
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
Oh, what the
Plenty of
Tinder
Fish?
early apps?
Yeah, I got Tinder, I think, at the peak,
Right.
pre-wife.
Okay.
Did you complete it?
No, I didn't complete it. I didn't come anywhere near completing it, but I did enjoy. It was fun. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I've never used them. I'm fucking, old. I'm an acoustic player.
Okay,
The finger actions didn't help
An
there.
acoustic. Yeah, I've never been on them. I'd love to
I ain't going
go for
nowhere
another
near it.
divorce so I can get involved. Just go for a second
Just
divorce.
get it on the sly, man. Put it at the back of your phone.
No,
Job
no,
done,
I'm
mate.
not
Get in the
about that. I'm
bathroom.
not about that life.
Swip, swap.
But I have now got a burner phone thanks to the TVI WhatsApp group, so I could actually get involved.
What do you do with you? So what? You have a WhatsApp group with your listeners?
We've got a WhatsApp group.
So it's
with-
on your burner phone, the WhatsApp group.
no, well, the WhatsApp business was set up on the burner phone.
Our WhatsApp group is for patrons of £5 and above, and they
Okay.
become a member of our WhatsApp group.
And what I will say is, I thought it would be one of them things that most people in that tier wouldn't want to partake in. Do you know what I mean? As with what happens with Patreon, actually the large majority of patrons just sign up because they like the podcast and they just want to go, I'd like to support it.
Sure.
And actually they don't really ask much. They get extra content and stuff, but a lot of them don't even watch the extra stuff sometimes. You'll see they might miss it a week or two. What I've been very surprised, loads of people have signed up no, I want to be in the WhatsApp group.
Got
which
nice
is-
and supportive today
It
as
did.
well.
It's a real smorgasbord of chat.
It was all cocks and jokes for a while, and,
I mean,
and then it got a bit real.
pedos. There's a lot of jokey stuff.
A lot
Yeah.
of R. Kelly chat.
R. Kelly, I'd say, has been the most discussed topic
Yeah.
in the chat.
Minute silence.
And is that pre his going to prison or post?
Post.
It was post. It was after the sentencing.
Yeah.
But then today it suddenly got all. There was some support chat.
Yeah.
People needed, wanted a bit of a helping hand. But I'll tell you some of the funny things that have been discussed. Let's quickly go through. I'll tell you some starred messages. I've just seen the top one. That was somebody told a story about how their rabbit came on their leg.
What, as in
You're right.
sperm?
You know what? That is really supportive and lovely, actually. What a great community you've built.
It's a safe place. It's a safe place.
But what that was about.
There was a question for Sean on there, wasn't there?
Oh, there might have been. I've not got to that.
What was it like when you came on my leg?
But no, because what it was, somebody sent a video of, when people have cats. Have you got any pets or anything?
No, I had a
we know
cat,
when
though.
people have cats.
I'm aware of what
Have you
you've
got
done.
cats? But they,
What a question.
when people say their cats are on heat and they're all sort of like
Randy,
getting a bit
little
randy and
puss.
dirty.
Come here, puss.
Somebody shared on the group a video of somebody relieving their cat.
Oh my lord, that's
And this
illegal.
was not
One of your listeners doing this, or just
No. It was a
video?
YouTube video,
Yeah.
and it's not.
Wanking a
It's
cat
not.
off.
Yeah, but it's not wanking. It's called like acupressure to relieve your cat's heat.
Yeah, we know
It's
what it is.
essentially
What is
rubbing.
it? It is wanking him off, isn't it?
Masturbating a cat.
Should we have a look?
Why'd you have to?
Can we? Is there any way of us getting it up on the screen?
Airdrop it to me, yeah.
Oh fuck me!
Or I can look it up. What's it called?
How visceral is it?
Type in cat.
I don't know. I've not watched it. I said we'd
Let's
save it
have
for
a
the
butcher's.
podcast.
It'd be funny.
Right, hold
Typing.
on.
I mean, they have to do that for the cat's health,
Oh god.
or to get the cat to like
How do
them.
I airdrop it now? How do I airdrop a YouTube link? Is that a thing that we can do? I feel like my dad all of a
Oh,
sudden.
what's the video called?
It's called Acupressure for a Cat in Heat. How to deal with your cat in heat.
Oh my
love
god,
that.
that should be on
It's a
Pornhub.
2-minute video that I'm not excited about.
What if the
It's
guy's
been
a bit
watched
weird
16
who does
million
it?
times.
Can't I just type in cat wanking? See what
I mean, you can do, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to then have that in
but
your search history.
acupuncture cat.
Acupressure
Acupressure.
for a cat in heat.
What is so acupressure is
I
the
thought
procedure.
acupressure was massage.
Yeah, putting pressure on certain parts.
Yeah,
I guess.
Um,
On the acu parts.
I think I know which part.
yeah.
Oh, the one with 16 million.
60 million views.
Yeah,
there we go.
Can we see? Because
Yeah.
I've not watched it. Somebody sent it round, and somehow that inspired somebody else to say that their their rabbit once came on them.
Here, pussy, pussy. Come here, little puss, puss.
Oh God.
Come to Papa.
All right, here we go.
It's a bald cat.
Oh God, it's already horrible.
Oh mate,
It's a Siamese cat.
it's pretty teen, man. This is wrong.
So this cat.
Their constant mowing.
Oh.
Bit of foreplay.
Acupressure technique that will help her relieve her of those symptoms, and she will
What a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
stop mowing for a couple of hours.
Because she's freaked the fuck out, mate.
Did he just
She'll
say?
have she's going to be crying in a shower in about 10 minutes.
Did you say she'll stop crying for a couple of hours?
Oh, God.
So it's like every 2 hours he has to do this.
Me, baby.
This is a bit disgusting.
Oh, them cats look
You
disgusting.
must check which side the tail is going to. Her tail is going to the left now. So
Sorry,
then
viewers.
You put your finger right in here. Right next to the toe. You feel the hollow. You are going to press down.
Oh no, no, it
and
wasn't.
a
It wasn't in her
little
bum. It wasn't. It was
bit
just pressed
towards
into.
yourself. You don't have to press hard. Just look at her reaction, and you will know when it's right.
disgusting.
And you
Here
sink
we
your
go.
cock in.
The cat is really liking that.
This is the reaction that they get when they are mating, when the stud is mounting her, and you can
Looks
let
like my
go,
ex.
and she should start rolling. This will relieve her for 2 or 3 hours.
Oh my word.
It's a great technique, and I
There we
really think
go.
you should try it if your cat is
I mean, every 2 or 3 hours is a lot.
That's a lot of time.
I mean, imagine if you were cat sitting and they went, "What do you do? Just feed him in the morning and night, and every 2 hours make it come."
Just wank it off every 2 hours.
Just come all over the place.
Oh god.
I don't want to produce
I will
this
say.
podcast.
I didn't like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Lucas has just quit.
I found that
He's
unsettling.
put his resignation letter in like the cabinet. That is. I will say it wasn't as graphic as I thought it was going to be. From the. I mean, I suppose it is on YouTube.
Yeah, but he was going
and
to
it's had loads
straight
of views.
rail it.
I just thought it was
So I
like.
can put on some Barry White and just.
But no, but that first
Little
bit where he pushes
suspenders.
in that little spot just above the.
Yeah, that was pretty
anus,
gross.
I thought I thought his finger was going in her
That's what I thought.
batty hole.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So at least that wasn't actually in a hole. It was more into a pressure point just near the.
Someone commented how somewhere in a parallel universe how to deal with your human in heat.
So yeah, it's. I mean, that's sort of the level of chat currently on the WhatsApp group.
How many people you got in there?
In the group at the minute, we've got. I don't know what is it up to.
It's
Like,
under 100, isn't
it
it?
is under 100, but it's not far off.
Is it?
So
Is that a
not-
manageable level? Do you think?
It is because I
Seems to
mean.
be, yeah,
Or you're
some-
going to have to start up subgroups
I
eventually?
Well, a
think
lot
the
of them are
discussion
just
is when we get
watching.
well initially when we first set it up we were talking about potentially when it gets over 100 splitting it because it might get a bit untenable, but everyone's sort of quite well behaved and that, and it's not.
And at different times of the day, different people.
It is people in different time zones.
And some are just watching.
Yeah, so it's not a constant stream, but I've been because I was in a WhatsApp group once with 200 people. That was absolute.
It's not happening.
Chaos.
Not happening. Anytime I'm in a WhatsApp group for like a wedding plans or a stag do or something, it's just not happening. I can't deal with it.
It's a lot, but
It's a lot of breaders, man.
yeah, but it's been very fun. It's been very nice, and there's different times of day. Like Julian takes the night shift because of his hours that he keeps.
Because of my crying at night. But I did do an early morning the other day. I did a 4 a.m. one.
Whereas mine, yeah.
And what do you mean? Sorry if this is boring, but what do you mean when you say like you did one? Like you just
Well, no, just he
message?
he was reading and chatting on it.
Just
right,
on
yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
just,
Yeah. That'd be
spend-
great.
Spending
It's been very fun. There's been some good stuff. What else have we been chatting about? There was a funny question that I thought must have been like. It sounds like something. It's almost like a commonly asked question. But somebody said, "What's the worst thing you've ever done on a plane?" And we were discussing that on the group. I told a story about.
I had a cigarette on a plane once when I was 17.
What did you?
On the way back from Australia.
In the toilet?
In the toilet. I was 17 on a Qantas, I think.
Yeah.
And the air stewardess just went mad at me.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I get that.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course, it's incredibly illegal.
Billy rule book. What was the? Did you not? Was there any other fallout from it? I suppose that was long enough ago.
I looked about 14 and I came out the toilet and obviously she could just smell smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, I'm making a bomb. Not really. And
But that shows how I reckon now it would cause a much bigger.
oh yeah, it'd be worse now because then you could smoke on like indoors.
Everywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there
It
was-
seems mad you could smoke indoors, doesn't
It
it?
seems mad that you could smoke on planes.
Yeah, there are still old planes knocking around with the ashtrays in.
It's insane.
Because they've been
All the
around for
no
40
smoking
You
years.
used to be able to
signs
smoke
everywhere.
on the underground.
Yeah, yeah.
But
and on the King's Cross fire stopped that, didn't it?
Oh, did it?
Killed every smoker.